Gruesome Magazine.
Hello, once again, I am Doc Rodden, and this is Gruesome Magazine, where we review the very latest in streaming and video on-demand horror movies. Each week, my co-hosts Jeff Mohr, Crystal Cleveland, Dave Dreher, Christopher G. Mohr, and myself will take a look at very spooky, scary, and gory genre offerings. And tonight, we are reviewing The Munsters. Is it scary? Is it spooky? Is it gory? Or is it none of those? We'll find out tonight. But let me introduce the crew first, starting off with the one and only Jeff Mohr. Jeff, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. Glad to be here.
We did that spiel already. Are you good? We're good. Also joining this week is Crystal Cleveland, the living dead girl. How you doing?
I'm great.
Better than good, my friends. Better than good.
I didn't say anything. I was leaving it wide open for you.
It's like we surprised her.
I know. Usually it's Dave and Dave Dreher. And then
I'm always
Jeff,
last.
and
That's
then,
the last piece. It's always the last
yeah.
piece.
And so I'm like, you went out of order. And as soon as the format is messed up, that's it. I'm out. I'm like, what?
We've been doing this order exactly this way since you've been on the show, but that's all right. You can remember it any way you want. All right. Also joining us is award-winning filmmaker Christopher G. Mohr. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing okay. Life's a real Dragula right now, but I'm doing okay.
Ah, yeah. See, right. That's why he's here. All right. Rounding out the crew, Crystal, is the one and only. Say it with me.
There we go. It's like you're my own little personal Ed McMahon going on there.
Right. Yes, sir.
Yeah, a lot of people going, Ed who?
Ed who? I know.
Who was the guy that did it at the the fights? He was awesome.
Oh yeah. Also, the guy from the Larry Sanders Show they had the thing?
Oh, they did that. All right.
Yeah, he did something like that as well. Yeah.
Well,
I think we need to convince Crystal for the whole show. She has to do the Sheri Moon zombie thing with the every time you see her on camera.
Oh,
Come on,
no.
do it.
This is
do it.
him. She goes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I'm afraid to do it. Like she's like, because she doesn't really. She doesn't do it too expressively. But she's like
you have to do that each time. Every time we come to you, you have to do it
again. Do it again. We gotta let everybody see this. Oh, perfect.
But it's too expressive.
Well, then you've actually done a better job acting.
Oh no!
Thank you.
All right.
I set Christopher up for that perfectly.
We did. All right. Well, we are here to review The Munsters. We've been talking about this film since we saw since it was announced, and then we saw the trailer. Holy cow, that trailer was awful. Now the film's here.
Yeah. Did
the trailer signal what it was going to be, or did it do it the wrong kind of justice? We'll find out tonight. All right, we're going to start off giving our first impressions, which will be spoiler-free for some reason. And then we're going to dive into a discussion, and then we'll wrap things up with our score, a 1 to 5, and our favorite scene. And of course, we hope you enjoy not only this review, but many others that we have on the site. And if you do, please hit the like, the subscribe, or share it with a friend. Every little click will help us reach our goal of 5,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. And of course, we want to hear your comments down below. All right, let's take a look at the card and get into things. All right, The Munsters, available streaming on Netflix beginning September 27th, 2022. It's also available on Blu-ray and I think VOD. Synopsis is Reboot of the Munsters that follow a family of monsters who move from Transylvania to an American suburb.
Yep.
That's pretty much the plot.
That's pretty much it.
Yep. Written and directed by the one and only Rob Zombie. The cast includes a lot of familiars for Rob Zombie: Jeff Daniel Phillips, Sheri Moon Zombie, Daniel Roebuck, Richard Brake, Jorge Garcia, Cassandra Peterson, and Dee Wallace, if you recognize her. So let's get into this. We are all here to share our thoughts, and we're going to start off with Dave Dreher. Dave, sir, what was your first impression of Rob Zombie's The Munsters?
Hey, did we hear the Munsters theme song at all in this, or did I
at the very end?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember. I
did the whole door thing at the end. Yeah,
I must have slipped my wrist by then.
Oh, stop!
In all fairness aside, I did not absolutely hate this movie. I think there were pieces of this that were actually pretty decent. I loved Richard Brake's roles in this. I thought he was great.
Roles,
I love Daniel Roebuck as Grandpa. And sometimes he actually even, I don't know if he was purposely trying to do an Al Lewis impersonation, but there are times when he was dead on. I don't know if that was intentional or not, because he seemed to be kind of trying to take the character in a little bit of a different way. But I did like those two performances. But for me, that was pretty much it. Everything else, I don't know what else we can possibly do to tell Rob Zombie to please, for God's sake, quit writing your own movies.
Yeah.
For the love of God, just stop writing them. Because I think parts of this looked pretty good. I'm not a big fan of the garish lighting. I never have been. And what was that? In any of these movies with the real bright greens and purples and stuff, and he used them massively here. But I've seen Rob several times in concert. He does the same thing on his live stage shows. He just likes that look, I think. So yeah, I can't say that I absolutely hated it. Of all the Rob Zombie films I hate this one the least.
Hey, that's
You're not going to say you like it the most. You're going to say
of all the bad shit he's put out, this is the best of the bad shit.
All right.
Good.
Well,
yeah,
that's one way to do it. Man. They call those left-handed compliments, I do believe. All right, Jeff Morser, what was your first impression of the Munsters?
You know, so
we know we're in trouble when it starts off with
the movie is not as bad as the trailers. The
agreed.
trailers were
Agreed.
atrocious. And I'm going to be a little bit like Dave. It's sort of, we were chatting back and forth about this last night, and I decided to go into it thinking that I was like 7 or 8 years old, see how it went.
And you were still too smart for it, right?
A little bit, but I was okay with it. I do think it was a little long. I am like going. I was watching my watch after about halfway through. I'm like going,
please,
where are we going? And let's get there. But I'm sorry. And yes, Sheri Moon Zombie. I've always kind of defended her in the other Rob Zombie movies because I felt like she wasn't quite that bad, but in this one, it was obviously something she was going for, and it didn't work for me. So anyway, but I loved the repeated. I loved the Herman character. I loved the Daniel Roebuck. I thought he did a good job, and how they popped everybody up. Popped everybody into multiple roles. Not everybody, but several of them. Richard Brake, of course. So yeah, it's, realize what you're going to see. There's no gore. It's not scary.
It's PG. We didn't mention that. This is a PG.
It's
yeah, definitely, easily. It could be G.
But neither was the Munsters, right? I mean,
yeah.
Well, I don't know. They did try to kill that dude and take his heart. Well, sorry. No, first thoughts.
Spoiler.
There's no spoilers. This is.
I'm done.
Sorry, Jeff. I didn't mean to.
No,
I didn't mean to take
I was done.
I didn't mean to take your.
Nope. Nice sweater. Is that what is that? The cleaver?
Oh
on
yeah,
your sleeve?
it's my
That's
cardigan.
awesome.
It's like, yeah, thank you. Although I like just the cleavers instead of the whole thing. But yeah, and I've got a Nightmare on Elm Street one, and I'm kind of, horror's my life. So anyway,
The Beaver was before the Munsters, but
leave it to Cleaver.
yeah.
Here's the
Stop.
one. You butt munches. Now that's all I'm going to be thinking about. Okay. Oh my God, what was I going to say? Oh no. Okay. Okay. So
You're not posing.
I really liked this film. I'm sorry. I went into this not knowing what to expect, and I actually found myself just like glued to the screen. I love the colors. Oh my God. I don't know who the dude is that played Herman, Jeff Daniel Phillips. Now I know his name. I love him. He's so hot. Like, I'm like, oh my God, who is this guy? And how do I not know who
You were
he
like
is?
Lily. You were like Lily in the movie.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God. Like, What?
funny.
I don't know. What's wrong with me? I don't know. I don't care. But I was just like, he's beautiful. Like he's so cute, and he had these cute little jokes, and it's so silly and so stupid, and I don't even care. Okay, so Richard Brake, he's always good. He's wonderful and everything. He plays it so authentic and so real, and yet he still worked somehow because everyone else was kind of, was definitely over the top, doing their thing, and he just fit in.
And he was
perfectly.
Orlok too. He was that Salem's Lot looking vampire
Yeah.
guy.
He's like
Yeah.
perfect. He's amazing. Like I think he's a phenomenal actor. So like I said, Herman, and of course, well, the Count, not Grandpa yet, were excellent. I love the idea of the backstory of them meeting and falling in love and how Herman was created. I think that's precious. I do kind of think that Sheri would have been a little bit better if she hadn't done the voice. I don't really know where that came from because she wasn't trying to emulate the original Lily. Like Lily was the matriarch. She was, she played it she didn't play it as strong, I think, as the original character was in the Munsters. The original Lily, like she freaking ruled that roost. She was like, you're a blockhead, Herman. She kind of had that strength, loved her kids, picked on her grandfather, had all that, but it's this light voice that she was doing. And I was like, damn, she didn't do poorly really, but she was the weakest link to me in the thing. And I hate to say that, I feel bad, but yeah, that's unfortunate because she looked great. The costumes, the wardrobe, and the set. Oh my God. By the way, I forgot to mention, I know there's some cheesy green screen, thought it totally worked with the movie, but the costuming, there were some outfits I was like, I would wear that right now. I would wear that on the street today. Like the coffin line, they did the version of her famous coat that's like the coffin liner thing. Oh, it was fabulous. So she looked great. So I appreciate that. My biggest issue with the whole movie was the ending.
Just ended.
It was what they should have ended on, or I have to agree, like maybe he should have had some people helping him with it. What they should have ended on is maybe the pregnancy or something. That would have been a better, like, it doesn't make any sense because it just doesn't make sense. But that's okay. I didn't want to let the end of the movie ruin it for me. So there were so many cute moments, so many funny moments. I think it was fun and quirky, and I had a good time with it.
Had a good time with it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the opinion you've been waiting for, the one and only Christopher G. Mark. Christopher, what was your first impression of the Munsters?
Or the dumpsters, as I
The
call
dumpster. Oh no!
It's an uneven visual experiment gone wrong. That's not a film. It's just a long form music video. That's all he knows how to make is long form music videos. The script is I mean, the story is as bare bones as the cheap skeletons they got from the Halloween store that are used in the film. The jokes are older than the actual show they're trying to emulate. It's like if you took Sid and Marty Krofft and you had an uncomfortable sex scene with those family movies that were straight to video in the late 90s, early 2000s, and you used like all the most garish lighting as lube. This is what this
garish lighting is lube.
Yeah, this film is like it's like there's moments where it's like, oh, we ran out of money, so we're just going to put them in one of the crappiest green scenes in the history of green screens. We're going to do like the crappiest bare bones animated stuff behind them. The acting performances, I mean, I will say Daniel Roebuck is the only one that seems to be having fun, or seems the only person I could really stand. Sheri Moon is like she's doing this like it's like Katharine Hepburn on Helium impersonation, where she has stiff limb syndrome. You have Jorge Garcia who like bought fake teeth from Spirit Halloween and wears them throughout the whole movie. And then you have this guy who's trying to be Herman Munster, who Fred Gwynn has just rotated several times in his grave after seeing this. This film is an embarrassment to the actors who actually created the original show. And the original show really wasn't like transformative, but at least it knew what it was. And this, you have this film is a mess. It's kind of funny that their house is on Mockingbird Lane, because this movie is a mockery of the original show.
Nice.
I don't like anything about it. This film, I stopped watching it 10 times because it just annoyed me so much. It just feels like, and it looks like it was made for $5. The only good thing I came out of this, it made me feel better as a filmmaker. Because this is a horror. This film is like, it feels like pretentious. It's like giving a kid a camera or who thinks they know how to make the best movie ever, and it's not, you know. And yeah, I understand he grew up loving this show, and and even though it's PG, he throws in like a Playboy reference, and I mean,
they bleep a couple words.
Yeah, and there's jokes in here that like people say, oh, it's made for kids. Then why are there John Wayne references and Car 54? Why are you references? There's references that even most people are dead would know. So
you get the Car 54 reference, though, right?
I get it. Yeah, I get it, because Fred Gwynn was actually in Car 54, so I do get it.
Okay.
But again, what is this made for, other than him to say like, "Ooh, I'm the coolest filmmaker ever because I did all these crazy things"? It's just just stick to making music videos. Don't waste my time with an hour and 40 minutes of something that I'd rather, there's so many better things in this world that I could spend my time on than watching this horrible movie that I think is his worst film he's made, because he's trying something different, and he failed. He doesn't even know how to make a good family film. The reason those straight to video movies in the 2000s, they were thrown straight to videos, because they didn't have to have anybody that had any kind of semblance of storytelling to be able to do something. Just throw a bunch of crazy canted camera angles and a bunch of lighting. Ooh, I'm cool. I don't like anything about this, and I'm happy that people have found something fun and enjoyable to it. This was, don't ever make me see this again.
Yeah.
I'm so sad. I'm so sad.
That's the positive angle.
It so much.
That's the positive angle. That's being nice. Yeah, this is the reason why Christopher hates getting emails from me. Because what is he going to make me watch this?
I don't ever want to watch a Rob Zombie film ever again.
Okay. I don't think we should ever make him.
We'll have to give him a hall pass on that. All right.
Yeah.
So I can't defend that this film is a good film. It is not a good film. It is it's got flaws all over the place. It's, the acting's all over the place. However, I had a good time with this, and I wasn't expecting that. I don't know if it wasn't riotous. I didn't laugh out loud, but at the same time, I was getting it. I was under, really, I would agree with Crystal. Like, the only sore point is Sheri Moon. She didn't quite do it. Although there were times when there were some weird times when it did work.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most of it was like when she was opposite Richard Brake, when he was the vampire. That kind of worked for me because it was weird and funny. Not necessarily because it was Lily, right? But there were things in here that I really enjoyed. It's funny because I enjoyed the bad green screen stuff because it was because of the camp of it and the minimalistic animation that they had, because he always puts some form. Well, he likes to put animation in his film. He doesn't always, but I don't know. This movie won me over, and I was expecting. Well, I think it might be because I had such low expectations, because that trailer was atrocious. The film is better than the trailer, regardless of how bad it still is. That trailer just was poorly cut, poorly done, and it didn't have the vibrancy that this movie had. The colors were pretty good, and the sets were often really sweet. And the lighting, I love the production design on this, and it felt like kind of like I don't know. To me, it had kind of that horror host kind of vibe to it, which isn't necessarily funny anyway, but it's that campy fun. I think this was campy. It was campy and it was fun in that way. I found myself enjoying it. I dare say, in my opinion, this might be his best film. So here's some things I want to throw out there. We've had discussions about him before. It's like, well, one thing is let somebody else write it. That's unfortunate that he didn't, because I think it would be a better film if somebody else wrote it. Sorry, Rob. Yeah. But we also said that, he has to put F word, F-bomb here, F-bomb there. There's not an F-bomb in this. And that's one of the things that we've, griped about with him, that, he's always so extreme in that way. So he's reeling it in a big way in that respect.
Maybe he's just brilliant beyond our conception.
No, he's not brilliant beyond our conception. I'm not going to go that far at all.
Instead of him saying "fuck," we're all watching it.
We're all saying
"fuck." He's just past it.
I've seen a lot of reviews, and I think they are saying that. I'm going to go on a limb and say I think this might become a cult classic.
Yeah, I think so. I think it could too.
I
really liked it.
I think it's going to find an audience, and it's going to be one of those things.
Look, I really, really liked it. I really liked it. I even liked the creep show backgrounds.
Oh, I love the creep show backgrounds. That was great.
Yeah, I was like, there's so many little Easter eggs. The dancing Nosferatu, that got me, because I haven't seen that dancing Nosferatu thing in forever, and I was like, I need to look that up. That is a riot. But the beret, I mean, I'm sorry. I know you. I'm sorry, Christopher. I'm sorry you hated it so much. And I could get how people could not like this. I really, because it's silly. It's silly, and
it is bad. It is bad.
I mean, it's not. Yeah, I mean, it's not the best. We all know that it's not the best movie making ever, and I mean, we know that.
Not anything.
That didn't matter to me. I just really liked it, and Herman.
He did it for you,
huh? That was all. Who is that guy? Who is he? I don't even want to look him up because he's probably not the same. So it's going to disappoint.
Well, he played different parts too.
He did?
Mm-hmm. They all played different parts because they had like $5 to make it.
Yeah. He played Nosferatu as well.
No, Richard Brake did.
Richard Brake did.
Yeah. He played Shecky. He was Shecky at the beginning.
Right.
There was
also. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, the comedian and the other guy, right?
There was like the wizard guy, the Zombo. Yeah, Zombo guy.
Zombo, that's it.
Across the screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
The guy that was on TV that Herman said I can do better than him.
Yeah.
It was him.
Actually really funny.
I think most people would say that of all the actors in this, they could do better than him. Yeah, this film is like a bad Busch Gardens Halloween stage show. It's
it kind of
feels like
it kind of is.
It kind of is.
I'm just saying that's what it looks like.
But I like it. I don't care. I like it. It was fun. I actually was going to watch this again today.
Oh my God.
Yes, and I will.
What is wrong
watch
with you, woman?
Again and again. I don't know.
I don't understand.
It just got me.
That's fine. You can watch it, make up for the times that I'm never going to watch this.
Oh man!
I just hate seeing it. Even the picture pop up on my Netflix now. I hope it cycles out at some point. I wish there was a way I could take movies off.
I know,
so I can't even doesn't even pop up in my view.
Yeah, hit the thumbs
down. If you give it the thumbs down, I think it'll remove it.
Yeah, can I do a middle finger up? Is that an option on Netflix?
I don't think that's available yet.
Okay.
Oh, they need it.
What's sad is I would love to see a second one because I would love to see Eddie. I would love.
Well, I'm sure they could scrounge $10 to make a sequel.
Well, they already have the set. They already have the set.
Hate. It's getting so much hate. It's just not going to happen, and that's what depresses me.
Tears.
I would watch the sequel. I would watch the sequel. Dave, I don't think you would you?
I probably would because you'd make me.
Yeah.
Well, outside.
I'm to the point with Rob Zombie now. I just kind of, it's more fascination with like how 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 does he keep getting money to make movies? Because I know, although Christopher says he made it for $10, but I think this actually had a somewhat decent.
Universal backed this. Universal backed this.
Well,
This is
but
a Universal film, right?
he came out and said that like people were saying that this film cost like $40 million, and he said that's bullcrap. He's like, if you added up the budgets to all of his previous films, which would have added up to about 30 million, this wasn't even close.
Wasn't even close to that.
So I'm assuming it was, and literally, there are like so many like normal prop stuff you could buy at like Home Depot and different things that are strewn throughout the whole movie, and like masks and stuff that look like masks you could buy somewhere like Amazon. There's like so many things that don't look like it was made for it. Now, like I guess some of the outfits and stuff I can understand were made.
Oh yeah.
Which the spider stuff, which I'll say some of the outfits and stuff, looked okay, but all of it it looks so cheap, and then and it almost felt like, okay, we don't have a budget to actually build sets for them to go gallivanting around Paris.
No,
so we're just doing it like this green screen made films like from the 80s and 90s look good.
Right, that was the point.
I think he did it on purpose. Yeah.
I think he didn't know what he was doing. That's what I think. I think that's part of his thing. He's like, he realizes that people will eat it up because he made it, and then he can say that it was all campy, it was made on purpose, and then he doesn't have to put effort into it, because that's Rob Zombie for you right there.
I will say though, I love Rob Zombie. I love, obviously, Living Dead Girl. I love him as a musician. I have not liked several of his movies. I've not liked more than I have liked. So I really thought I wasn't going to like this. But are you okay, Jeff? You're killing me down there. Okay. But it was so weird. This just came out of left field for me. It was so funny and cute and quirky and precious. It's just precious.
Well, we got to get Jeff and Dave got to get some time in here, because I think three of us have been batting it back and forth. Jeff, did you watch the Munsters when it came out? Were you? Because you were a kid then, right? So.
No. We watched The Addams Family, but I was not a big fan of the Munsters. It was
okay, all right,
the goofy stuff, I guess. Herman's, I don't know. The Addams Family was much smarter.
There's an argument for that.
Humor.
Yeah, there's an argument for that. So give me some more. You got to give me more than you did on the initial. Give us some beef about this film. What worked? What didn't?
I've said everything I can.
Okay, that's right. All right. Well, that's fine. Dave, last chance.
Fair enough.
Last chance for you to wrap it up. You got anything else to add?
Hey, you know what? I think Rob Zombie's a really great guy. I think he is a true horror fan. I really do. I think he loves the genre. I think he loved this material. I really do. I really think it all comes down to the writing. I said, how many times have I said this when we review his shitty movies? I want to see a movie where somebody else writes it and he just directs it. That's it.
Yeah,
don't put your wife in it. Don't do it. Yeah. Just direct the movie. Show up on set and put your vision of someone else's words on the screen. I would love to see that. I would. But he's kind of a one-trick pony. His songs all kind of sound the same. His movies all kind of the same. I think I told you, Doc, it was just exactly what I expected, and a bit of an uneven, mess that the rabid fans of his will claim is a masterpiece, and the rest of us will shake our head and go, "Why?"
Well, there's a lot of people shaking their heads, and
yeah,
I've heard so many people saying that's just garbage. I mean, absolute garbage. I mean, there are more Christophers out there than there is Crystals. Sorry, but that's what the truth is.
That's true.
I can't call it garbage, but it's not good.
I'll call it garbage. But,
I'm not here to say it's a good film. I'm just saying that I enjoyed it because I think he tried to make I don't know. I got it. For me, it worked in a campy, fun sort of way. I don't know. I fell into this zone that I tell
you one thing. Go on YouTube and check out the Addams Family reunion movie, the one that had Tim Curry as Gomez and had Daryl Hannah as the wife, and go watch that. That was a straight-to-video movie that they were trying to run that IP into the ground, and it's shot similar to this, you know. And a lot of those movies, when it comes to kids' films, they just throw all these crazy camera angles and lighting and stuff, and they realize they can't do it on the level that Barry Sonnenfeld did with the Addams Family movies. So they just like, oh, we'll just turn the camera this way, and we'll show some shade on this, and it has those crazy, wacky characters that are in this. And I think it's primary. I mean, you know, people like the same thing people said about Star Wars and stuff. It's like this is definitely made for like a younger set. And if this is an intro to young kids falling in love with horror, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But for me, there was no artistry in how he made it. It's like as schizophrenic of a movie as you can be. Oh. It's very ADHD in its tones.
That makes sense.
And wackiness, even just the filmmaking part of it. You go to something like shot very weirdly, and then it goes all crazy, and it's almost like if somebody, you know, it's like what was it, the movie that Stephen King shot when he was on cocaine?
Nothing but Overdrive.
Yeah, it feels like somebody made it in the midst of having a substance abuse problem. So, but yeah, I don't know. And again, I can understand that. Maybe that's why maybe much younger people may gravitate to it. I mean, there's a few people, even listeners of the show, like I think Sean Parks was like, oh, I loved it because he loved like the was it basil go lighting and stuff in it.
Yeah, that's a good
so
way to put it, yeah.
If you can see that and you can enjoy it, fine. I don't know. To me it was a frustrating affair that unnerved me by the end.
Yeah, well, one of my favorite reviewers on YouTube, I think, literally called it a bag of shit. But you know, hey, whatever.
Well,
but let's go ahead and wrap this up and give our score 1 to 5. This should be interesting, and even Christopher will pick a favorite scene.
Mm-mm.
Yes, you will. Jay, start us off.
Yeah, I think I pretty much said everything I can say about this one. There's really not too much else you can say about it. I'm going to give it a 2. And favorite scene. You know, I should have been thinking of favorite scenes because I really have nothing. Pass.
No, you can't.
I don't have it. I really can't. I can't think of anything. Yeah, come back to me because I have to actually think of something.
All right.
Sorry.
Jeff, your score, your favorite scene.
Well, my favorite scene, and this will tell you where my favorite scene was when Herman was in the rock band and doing the stupid joke.
Yes.
I
don't
know why.
Good.
I was laughing at the stupidity of it, I guess, and just the whole idea of it. Score, I'm waffling. I'm going to say, you know, if I go back to my old rubric.
There you go. I'm
going to say 2.
Hedge its bets here.
Well, because I could have missed this one. You know,
okay. All right. Wouldn't hurt your feelings.
It's not offensive. It's not offensive to me. It just.
That's why I got a 2. Like it's not. Yeah, that's good. Okay.
All right. So I see where we're going here.
I'm giving it a 3.5.
Oh, Jeff didn't give us a favorite. Did you give us a favorite?
I did.
That's when Herman was performing.
Oh, that's right. The rock
area.
Sorry.
Which was actually a great scene. There's quite a few scenes that I liked here, but
3.5. 3.5. Okay.
Yeah, 3.5. I actually almost want to give it more. That's how much I liked it. Yeah. I almost feel like I have to make up for everyone else because I'm like, I don't understand the hate. I don't understand the hate. I mean, they have an amazing fog machine. You know, that gets points for me. Okay.
I was thinking about you every time there was fog. I was like, this is why she likes it.
I was like, oh my God, in the house. I was like, oh, it's so good. Okay. But
probably the one from his stage show when he goes on tour.
Probably.
You're right.
Probably.
It really,
Make
it
some
really
money.
was.
Oh, I got one of those.
super good.
Bring it to that.
John,
So-
fine, bring the fog machine.
Oh God, should I do this? Okay, I can't believe I'm gonna take this simple scene, but I literally laughed out loud and I died. But it's Richard Brake,
Mhm.
and he's like, "Don't use the finger." He's like, "Got something else?" And I mean, because that's
Yeah, the
what
selfie,
everyone
yeah.
does when they're like,
Yeah, the posing-
That was okay.
the
I
posing with that
actually
zombie,
had to pause the movie, and it was right at the beginning because I was laughing so much because it's so stupid. I know. There's so many other things. Oh, the bubble. Okay, can I pick another one?
Yes, please.
Yeah,
That's
I'll-
great.
wait, I'm gonna do your first one. That was my favorite scene.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so when Lily comes to so after the performance, when Lily comes to see Hermit for the first time, and he's like, "Well, normally, I have a bubble bath and some yummy snacks and take a nap." Died. It was so cute. He was so cute. Some yummy snackies for the little Hermie.
Oh man, he knows how to get in there and look at your heart, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Christopher's looking like Johnny Depp during the Amber Heard
I
trial.
know. He's basically
I feel like
Actually,
somebody
he
shit
totally
in my
looks
bed.
like him.
somebody shit in my
I think Rob Zombie shit in my cinematic bed.
Go ahead, sir. Give it to us. Let us have it.
I'm giving this a 1.
Oh.
You know what? No, I'll give it a 1.25.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 45.
Don't tempt me. If I could have gone below 1, I probably would have. No, I'll give it a 1.25 because there was actually a crew that helped make this. 5 people.
Yeah, that's kind.
I don't have a favorite scene. There's nothing that I could say is a favorite.
Oh man.
I'll
That
say
mean- does it-
in credits. I'll say in credits.
Oh, well,
That was
there's
cute,
there's
though, how
nothing
they
that I literally did not like anything in this film.
if you didn't like anything, we try to pull something out, but if you can't, you can't. I'll do 2 of them. All right. I can't believe that I like this film, and that I had a good time with it, and because I did not expect. I was kind of like, do we really have? Should I really do this movie? Should we? Should I save everybody the excruciating pain? But holy crap, I was like sitting there smiling and enjoying it. And I had a great time. So I'm gonna give it 3.5 as well, Crystal. I'm gonna do it.
Yay!
I'm gonna do it. And I do predict I'm gonna stand by my statement that 5-10 years from now, it's not gonna be looked back at as a different kind of film. Maybe 10, 15, 20.
You could be right. You could
Hopefully after I'm dead.
Well, no, sir, you're going to live long. Okay, so I love the entire date thing with Lily and Nosferatu character guy, Orlok, and especially when they left, right after he showed all the rat pictures, which was hilarious, and then so the old timey streets and stuff. It felt like. I just really was into how that was created, how it was lit. And then when he showed the sign.
Oh my God, I know.
Right?
Now.
And then she's like, no, I think I'm going to go. And he goes, okay. I didn't realize it was Richard Brake until after I was like, who played it? And I looked it up and I was like, oh crap, it was Richard Brake. And I thought he did a great job in that role. I think he did a better job in that role than he did as Wolfgang. Because Wolfgang was hit or miss for me. When it hit, I really liked it, but there was a couple times when it felt like he might have been tired. There were other times when he was in it, but he seemed to really he really got into doing. I mean, he was all kind of body language and everything. He was really doing a great job with that Orlok character. Gosh, what do I? Okay, so if I have to choose a second one because we have 2 people on the show that didn't choose any, and Crystal did too, I'll do the 2 as well. The creep show effect, right? Where they go like that and they would have the little zany creep show, even the hearts for Lily.
Yeah. Yes, it's so cute.
I loved that aspect of it.
Me
I thought
too.
that was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they
Okay,
never
and
used
so
it at
the
all.
neon on the streets as they were walking, I was dying. I was like, I would love all those pieces. They had the coffin Nosferatu, like the neon. I was like, I want all those neon pieces. They're
By the way, Butch Patrick was the voice of the robot.
Yes, yes, yes.
oh,
Yeah.
that's cute.
And I didn't hear
That's fun.
Pat Priest. She was an announce. She was something.
Dee Wallace was
I
a
read it
voice
somewhere.
too.
Yeah,
Wallace
Pat-
was the,
So was Pat Priest, who was Marilyn in the original
Ah, nice, nice.
Oh,
series.
yeah.
I can't remember
okay.
what she was. She was like a airport announcer or something like that. I read it somewhere.
So you know that Sheri Moon Zombie also played the news reporter lady, right?
Right. right.
Yeah, that I
And
did.
I think she
that
did
explains
great.
a lot.
Well,
And by the way,
that was a
the
good-
music
I like
was
that character.
the music was
Yeah, me
horrible
too.
too. By the way,
the music was horrible.
the
Oh my
music
God.
was horrible.
I didn't really
Um,
notice it.
I did,
much,
and it was
except for
horrible.
Herman's.
It annoyed me.
Okay, so we talked briefly about it offline weeks ago when they released for like a short half a minute online the "I Got You, Babe"
Mhm.
song, and it
Mhm.
out of context, it was, oh my God, it was nasty. Now it's not a good rendition of it, but it's not supposed to be. But I thought
Right.
in context it was
It's cute.
delightful and campy and
Yep.
exactly
too.
what these two characters would do.
Yep.
Christopher's
Totally.
not gonna buy that. Christopher's not buying that
Nope.
at all.
Mm-mm.
All right. Well, I think we've kept our audience long enough. If they've stayed with us, I hope you have.
I hope
That's
you
our
have. No.
yeah. That's our review for the Munsters. It is playing on Netflix. If you want to catch it, leave a comments down below. You can ream us a good one if you want, because I'm
Hey,
sure
you forgot the biggest revelation of all is that the fact that the Munster name actually came from the cheese. That was the big, that was the big revelation. So, we now know.
that was a little
Funny.
groan-worthy, but yes, it was funny.
Mhm.
All right. Well, anyway, that's it. Check it out. We want to leave your comments down. We want to hear your comments. Leave them down below. Jeff, Crystal, Dave, Christopher. Of course, Christopher. Thank you for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
It was.
Yay! Thanks
Good
for having
night,
us.
Doc.
Can't wait to go watch it again.
Christopher is not going to say I had a lot of fun doing this.
This is one of the few times I didn't have a lot of fun talking.
I think
about this movie.
I think we're lucky you showed up.
I
My
know.
hacking
Well, I am a
skills.
dedicated Grue-Crew member, so
You
I'll
are,
be here
sir.
even if I'm
Are.
tortured.
We're
If
gonna
my
have to
hacking
give you-
skills were better, I would find you, Christopher, and set it up so that your computer alternated between this and Motel Hell. And you-
Motel Hell.
Yeah,
Oh my
Mr.
gosh,
Mike.
yeah.
I think if I went to Hades, that they would cycle those two movies.
Would that be your worst
was
night-
torture.
Would that be your worst nightmare, Christopher? Rob Zombie
That-
remaking Motel Hell?
Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Don't even give him the idea, Dave.
Oh my God.
Do
Put that
it,
out there.
Do
Do
it.
it, yes.
Do it. Do
I don't
it.
know.
would
Maybe
watch
two
that
wrongs
all
may
day
make it
long.
right, though.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh, we need
Maybe
to
it'll
one
make it
movie.
good for once.
Christopher's like, this was genius.
Well, we'll give Christopher the MVP award for doing this. All right, guys. Again, thank you for joining me. Let's say goodnight.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Say goodnight.
Gruesome Magazine.